How to know if a married man loves you. 25 signs. How to know if a married man loves you. Do you have a married man in your life that you think may be falling for you? It can be difficult to tell, especially if he's not giving away any obvious signals. In this blog post, we will outline a list of signs that a married man loves you. If he exhibits most or all of these behaviors, it's likely that he has feelings for you. Signs a married man likes you. There are many signals that a married man may be in love with you. Some are more obvious than others, but all of them can be helpful in determining his feelings. Without further ado, here are the best key signs to look out for to know if a married man loves you. 1. He tells his wife about you. As risky as it may sound, one of the clearest signs that a married man is in love with you and is serious about you is if he talks and discloses about you to his wife. It could destroy his relationship with her and potentially damage yours as well. Of course, this isn't the only possibility. He could also be trying to make her jealous. In this case, he may not be sure about his own feelings and is testing the waters. Whatever the reason, if he's talking to his wife about you, it's a good sign that he sees you as a potential long-term partner. 2. He includes you in his future plans. When a man starts to include you in his future plans, it's a good sign that he's serious about you. For example, he may start talking about how he wants to take you on a vacation next year. While we are at it, talking about the future also includes mentioning you to his friends, colleagues, and even family. Be careful though about things he just tells you. Sometimes married men lie about their feelings to get what they want from you. 3. He doesn't rush you for sex. One of the biggest reasons why married men cheat on their wives is the desire to supplement the lack of affection in their relationship. This is normally bad for the mistress because without her knowing, she becomes an item used for satisfaction. A married man who intends to use you for sex will always demand for sex every time he meets with you. If your married man loves you, he will try to find ways to connect with you emotionally first and physically second. He will also be interested in how your day went and what's going on in your life outside of him. 4. He'll do whatever he can to see you when you want to see him. This might mean rearranging his schedule or making time for you in his busy day. A man who loves you will go out of his way to make sure that you're happy and that your needs are being met. He'll do whatever he can to be there for you. 5. He introduces you to his friends or family. If your boyfriend loves you, he will want to introduce you to the people who are important to him. This includes his friends and family members. He'll be proud to show you off to the people he cares about, and he'll want them to get to know the amazing woman that he's dating. 6. He promises to leave his wife and he works upon it. If your boyfriend loves you, he will eventually leave his wife for you. This is a big decision and it's not one that he would make lightly. Be wary of the empty promises men tell their mistresses just keep them around for years and years. If you're in love with a married man and he tells you he's going to leave his wife, weigh his words carefully before you believe him. It's not impossible for a man to divorce his wife and marry his mistress, but it is rare. 7. He never plays a victim against his wife. A man who loves you will never try to make you feel sorry for him or his circumstances. He's not interested in playing the victim or making you feel guilty for being with him. Instead, he accepts responsibility for his choices and he knows that he's the one who chose to cheat on his wife. On the other hand, a man who is only interested in you will often try to make you feel sorry for him. He'll paint himself as the victim in his marriage and he'll try to make you feel guilty for being with him. 8. He cares when he is with you and still cares for you when he is away. When a man loves you, he's always thinking about you. He'll call or text you just to check in, and he'll go out of his way to do things that will make you happy. On the other hand, a man who is only interested in you will only think about you when he's with you. However, if your boyfriend only thinks about you when you're together, it's a sign that he's not really in love with you. He's only interested in what he can get from you and he doesn't care about your happiness. 9. He never talks about other women in your presence. A married man who loves you will never talk about other women in your presence. He knows that it would hurt your feelings and he doesn't want to do that. He's only interested in you and he doesn't even notice other women. On the other hand, a married man who is only interested in you for ulterior motives will often talk about other women in front of you. He might say things like, "My wife is so beautiful," or "I wish she was more like you." If your boyfriend always talks about other women when you're together, it's a sign that he's not really in love with you. 10. He care about your feelings. To know if a married man loves you, look out for how he always care about your feelings. He'll never do anything to intentionally hurt you, and he'll always try to make sure you're happy. On the other hand, a man who is only interested in you will often hurt your feelings without even realizing it. He'll say things that are designed to upset you, or he'll do things that he knows will bother you. If your married boyfriend always goes out of his way to make sure you're happy, it's a sign that he loves you. 11. He takes you out in public. A married man who loves you will never be afraid to take you out in public. He knows that he's not doing anything wrong and he has nothing to hide. He'll take you out to dinner, to the movies, or even on vacation. On the other hand, a married man who is only interested in you will often try to keep you a secret. If your boyfriend is always trying to keep you hidden away, it's a sign that he's not really in love with you. 12. He doesn't compare you to his wife. A man who loves you will never compare you to his wife. He knows that you're two different people and he accepts you for who you are. He might talk about his wife from time to time, but he'll never say things like, "My wife is so much prettier than you," or "My wife is a better cook than you." On the other hand, a man who is only interested in you will often compare you to his wife. He'll find faults in you that don't exist, and he'll try to make you into something that you're not. If your married boyfriend is always comparing you to his wife, it's a sign that he's not really in love with you. 13. He's not afraid of commitment. A man who loves you will never be afraid of commitment. He'll want to move forward in your relationship, and he'll want to make things official. He knows that commitment is important to you, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make you happy. On the other hand, a man who is only interested in you will often shy away from commitment. If your boyfriend is always avoiding commitment, it's a sign that he's not really in love with you. 14. He's jealous of other men in your life. A man who loves you will be jealous of other men in your life, even if there's no reason to be. Jealousy is often seen as a negative emotion, but when it comes to love, a little bit of jealousy can be a good thing. If your man is jealous of your time with other men, it's a sign that he loves you. Of course, there is such a thing as too much jealousy. If your man is constantly accusing you of cheating with every man he sees you with, that then becomes an obsessive married man. A study linked to by Hackspirit published in the Physiology and Behavior Journal shows that males' testosterone makes them feel protective over a woman they attracted to. 15. You're a priority in his life. If you're one of many things that he's thinking about and striving for, it's a good sign that he loves you. A man who is in love will want to make you a priority in his life. You won't always be first, but you'll never feel like you're last. 16. He wants the best for you. When a married man loves you, he wants what's best for you, even if it means making sacrifices himself. He'll do anything to ensure your happiness and comfort. 17. It's not just physical, there is plenty of romance in your relationship. A man who loves you will always try to make your relationship romantic. He'll do things like buy you flowers, write love letters, and surprise you with gifts. He knows that romance is an important part of any relationship, and he wants to make sure that you're always happy. On the other hand, a man who is only interested in you will often forget about the romance. He'll never do anything special for you, and he'll never try to make your relationship more than just physical. 18. He does not use his kids and property as an excuse not to leave his wife. A man who loves you will never use his kids or property as an excuse not to leave his wife. He knows that you're the most important person in his life, and he's willing to make sacrifices for you. It's a sign a married man loves you if he's willing to give up his kids or property for you. He'll say he doesn't want to disrupt their lives, or he's worried about how it would affect them if he left. If you're only an option in his life, he'll make sure you know it. 19. He wants to talk about his future with you. If a married man is discussing his future with you, it's a sign that he loves you. He's not only interested in how things are going between the two of you now, but he's also thinking about how your relationship will progress in the future. This is a clear indication that he sees you as a long-term partner and not just a fling. A man who does not love you never wants to talk about his future with you. If he loves you, he will want to include you in his future. 21. He never sets restrictive boundaries on your relationship. A man who loves you will never set restrictive boundaries on your relationship. He knows that you're his equal and he's not afraid to let you into every aspect of his life. He wants you to be a part of everything he does and he's always willing to share his thoughts and feelings with you. 24. He never gets angry when you suggest moving things forward. A married man who is truly in love will be just as enthusiastic about moving things forward as you are. He'll want to make things official, and he'll be excited to take the next step in your relationship. If he's not interested in taking things to the next level, it's a sign that he doesn't love you as much as you love him. 25. He doesn't compare you to his wife. A man who loves you will never compare you to his wife. He knows that you're two different people and he accepts you for who you are. Visit Mom and Kama. Link in description.